Ain't nobody paying $8,100 to watch Angel Reese play ball, especially when there are tickets. There was a ticket available for $29. $29 to see Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky play at the LSU.
$45,000 for a preseason game? You heard that right. That's what some fans were willing to drop to see one WNBA rookie play. But just a few weeks later, another rookie's homecoming game, tickets were practically giving themselves away at $29, and still nobody was buying. This isn't just a difference, it's a chasm. And it's exposing a brutal truth about the WNBA that some people really don't want you to hear. The announcement from the Indiana Fever regarding a preseason homecoming match for Caitlin Clark was less of a simple schedule update and more akin to unleashing a starting pistol in a race for sporting history. 36 fleeting minutes. A mere half hour plus a sliver more. In that astonishingly brief span, every single ticket, all 14,000 of them nestled within the Carver Hawkeye Arena, simply evaporated, vanished into thin air. Poof! Gone as if spirited away by some digital whirlwind, snatched up with a ravenous speed that eclipsed even the most anticipated concert on sale dates. Fans, a collective mass of fervent enthusiasts, descended upon ticketing platforms with a singular, desperate objective: secure a coveted spot. Websites, digital fortresses designed to withstand immense traffic, faltered, sputtered, and in some cases outright crashed, overwhelmed by the sheer volume of simultaneous requests. It wasn't merely a quick sellout, it was a ticket-buying supernova, a detonation of demand on a scale typically witnessed only for global icons gracing colossal stages or championship battles of epic proportions. But the initial frenzy of primary ticket sales was merely the opening act. The real drama, the true testament to Clark's magnetic pull, unfolded in the chaotic, unpredictable realm of the resale market. Brace yourselves, for the ensuing resale landscape transcended mere inflated prices. It ascended into the realm of pure, unadulterated financial pandemonium. Consider the nosebleed sections. Those seats perched so high they practically require oxygen masks. Even those distant vantage points commanded a minimum price tag of $500. 500 hard-earned dollars to occupy a spot in the rafters for a preseason contest. And that figure represented the absolute floor, the starting point of an upward spiral. Venture closer to the action, towards the coveted lower bowl seating, and the numbers escalated exponentially, surging into the thousands, plural thousands, dollars per single ticket, courtside access. Prepare for sticker shock of epic proportions, $6,000 and still climbing, a figure that would make seasoned luxury box holders blink in astonishment. Then, amidst this escalating financial frenzy, an audacious individual somewhere in the digital ether decided to disregard all semblance of fiscal sanity. They boldly listed front row tickets for, prepare to have your jaw meet the floor, $45,000. Let the gravity of that figure sink in, 45,000 United States dollars for an exhibition game, a mere preparatory match against Brazil's national team. No gleaming championship trophy on the line, no simmering, generations-old rivalry fueling the competitive fire. Simply an opportunity, a fleeting chance to witness the artistry and athleticism of Caitlin Clark firsthand. And that singular prospect, that allure of experiencing her brilliance in person, proved potent enough to ignite a global sports media firestorm. Yet, before we anoint Clark as the undisputed sovereign of women's basketball's box office, a crucial question lingers. Is this level of fervent anticipation, these astronomical prices, simply par for the course for any highly touted WNBA rookie? Prepare yourselves, for the forthcoming comparison will paint a dramatically different picture. Now let us pivot and journey to the vibrant metropolis of Chicago, a city synonymous with sporting passion and fervent fan bases. The Chicago Sky, astute observers of the Indiana Fever's unprecedented success, elected to replicate the homecoming blueprint for their own celebrated rookie Angel Reese. Identical opponent, mirroring preseason timing, even strategically placed within the same week. Logically, one might reasonably anticipate a comparable degree of excitement, a parallel surge of ticket demand, wouldn't one? Alas, reality often deviates sharply from expectation. Instead of the anticipated deluge of eager fans, instead of the digital stampede crashing websites, instead of resale prices rocketing towards the stratosphere, what transpired was a deafening silence, crickets, a vast echoing void of ticket-buying enthusiasm. The asking price? A remarkably accessible $29. Yes, for a mere $29 less than the cost of a moderately priced takeout meal, one could secure a seat to witness Angel Reese. A personality who confidently proclaims herself a basketball superstar? And the truly astonishing part? Those very $29 tickets remain readily available, lingering like forgotten relics on the virtual shelves of Vivid Seats and StubHub. One can, even at this moment, effortlessly procure a ticket for under $40. Contrast this starkly with the Caitlin Clark spectacle, where the most economical entry point still hovers around the $500 mark, and premium seating commands figures that rival monthly mortgage payments. This isn't a subtle disparity in ticket sales metrics, it's a gaping chasm, a marketing abyss for Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky organization. What was envisioned as a triumphant homecoming celebration has morphed into a stark, unavoidable confrontation with a less palatable reality, a harsh lesson in the capricious dynamics of fan appeal and market value. But the most telling indicator, the irrefutable evidence of this contrasting demand, lies buried within the cold, hard data of the secondary ticket market. For when it comes to gauging authentic fan engagement, to discerning genuine enthusiasm from manufactured hype, the secondary ticket market emerges as the ultimate arbiter of truth. And in this unforgiving arena of supply and demand, the numerical verdict is unequivocally, even brutally clear. Caitlin Clark's resale market operates as a roaring inferno, a conflagration of demand where prices burn hotter than courtside seats during a Miami summer. We are not merely observing incremental price increases, we are witnessing exponential surges, valuations soaring into the thousands of dollars even days subsequent to the initial sales frenzy. Angel Reese's resale market, conversely, resembles a tepid puddle, a stagnant pool of indifference. Seats languish unsold, prices barely nudge above their original face value, and a significant portion remain unclaimed, gathering virtual dust days after the event. It is a comparison so stark, so devoid of ambiguity, that it transcends mere statistical difference. It becomes a profound, almost painful illustration of divergent fan sentiment. People are not simply vocalizing a preference for Caitlin Clark, they are demonstrating it with the most tangible form of endorsement, their financial commitment. Angel Reese, in a moment of undeniable self-assurance, once declared, "People watch women's basketball for me too." Regrettably, the empirical evidence, the unyielding metrics of the marketplace offer a dissenting perspective. Her own homecoming spectacle, staged in her collegiate stomping grounds, priced at bargain basement levels, and yet still unable to achieve a sellout. This outcome transcends mere disappointment. It borders on outright embarrassment, a stark contrast to the arena-packing magnetism of Caitlin Clark. So we arrive at the pivotal question: what subterranean forces are at play? What intrinsic qualities render Caitlin Clark such an undeniable draw while leaving Angel Reese struggling to ignite similar levels of fervent fan interest? Let us dissect the enigmatic Clark factor, meticulously examining the multifaceted elements that contribute to her unparalleled dominance in fan engagement, ticket sales, and media saturation. Why does she transcend mere popularity, ascending to a realm of near-universal fascination within the basketball landscape? Firstly, and perhaps most fundamentally, she is an elite scorer in the truest sense of the term. Contemporary sports audiences, particularly in the fast-paced realm of basketball, crave electrifying excitement, moments of breathtaking skill, and a consistent barrage of offensive firepower. Clark delivers this spectacle in overwhelming quantities. Her repertoire is a highlight reel in perpetual motion. Audacious three-pointers launched from improbable distances, clutch shots executed with ice-water composure under immense pressure, and playmaking artistry that leaves even seasoned defenders bewildered and outmaneuvered. She is, in essence, a walking, talking, jump-shooting embodiment of basketball exhilaration. Secondly, her career trajectory is not merely marked by impressive statistics, it is defined by record-shattering achievements. The narrative surrounding Clark is not simply about accumulating points, it is about rewriting the very annals of basketball history. She systematically dismantles existing records, shattering benchmarks in three-point accuracy, assist tallies, and scoring averages with an almost casual ease. Each game she graces becomes a potential milestone, a living, breathing chapter in the ongoing saga of her remarkable career. But perhaps the most profound and arguably most impactful aspect of the Clark factor lies in her transformative influence on the WNBA economic ecosystem. Prior to her arrival, WNBA ticket sales, while respectable, rarely approached the levels of frenzied demand now commonplace at her games. She has single-handedly, almost overnight, established a new gold standard for fan enthusiasm, arena attendance, and revenue generation within the league. Furthermore, she functions as a media magnet, a perpetual topic of conversation across diverse platforms. From the hallowed airwaves of sports talk radio to the sprawling digital landscapes of social media debates and viral video clips, Clark's name consistently dominates the discourse. She transcends the boundaries of casual viewership, captivating hardcore analysts and casual observers alike. People are not merely passively watching Caitlin Clark play basketball, they are actively investing in the immersive, communal experience of witnessing her brilliance unfold in real time. They are not merely purchasing tickets to a game, they are acquiring admission to a historical event. A chance to be present as a legend in the making etches her name into the sporting pantheon. Meanwhile, Angel Reese's tickets, in stark contrast, languish in the digital marketplace, gathering figurative dust like overlooked clearance items. The divergence is not merely a statistical anomaly, it represents a vast, almost unbridgeable gulf in terms of market appeal, genuine star power, and tangible financial impact. However, this narrative extends beyond the confines of a simple player versus player comparison. It delves into the broader implications for the future trajectory of women's sports as a whole. For this unfolding drama transcends the individual trajectories of Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. It probes deeper into the fundamental question of who is actively shaping the evolving landscape of women's professional sports, and crucially, which athletes command the financial investment and unwavering loyalty of the paying public. One player with each breathtaking performance is demonstrably revolutionizing the perception and economic viability of women's basketball, filling arenas to capacity and commanding premium prices that once seemed unimaginable within the league. The other, despite possessing undeniable talent and considerable media presence, remains in a persistent quest to solidify her status as a genuine box office draw, a proven magnet for ticket sales and fan engagement on a comparable scale. And let us confront an uncomfortable truth with unflinching candor. Numbers, in their stark, unbiased language, seldom deceive. Angel Reese may have strategically cultivated a public persona inextricably linked to a perceived rivalry with Caitlin Clark, but the very essence of a compelling rivalry hinges upon a fundamental parity, a sense of equitable competition and mutual appeal. Currently, such equilibrium is conspicuously absent. Clark is consistently generating astronomical attendance figures, while Reese's team appears to be engaged in a perpetual struggle bordering on entreaty to incentivize ticket purchases. The glaring disparity in ticket demand serves as a potent, undeniable narrative in itself. Caitlin Clark's mere presence transforms otherwise routine preseason contests into must-see spectacles, events of such magnitude that they draw crowds rivaling established NBA matchups. Angel Reese's homecoming, in contrast, even when offered at rock-bottom prices, failed to ignite sufficient interest to fill the stands of her home arena. The unvarnished reality? Fan interest at this juncture is not simply directed towards women's basketball as a generic entity. It is laser-focused, intensely concentrated on the singular phenomenon that is Caitlin Clark. Consequently, we are compelled to contemplate the broader ramifications for the future of women's basketball as a professional sporting enterprise. Let us embrace candor. The WNBA stands poised on the precipice of a transformative golden era, and Caitlin Clark undeniably occupies the vanguard of this exciting new chapter. She transcends the mere act of playing basketball. She is actively reshaping the very fabric of the league, attracting unprecedented crowds and generating a level of sustained demand that women's basketball has historically only dreamt of achieving. Each time she steps onto the hardwood, she is not merely competing, she is etching her name into the annals of sporting history, and the response from the fan base is both resounding and unequivocal. Spectators are flocking to arenas in unprecedented numbers, demonstrating a willingness to invest premium sums simply to partake in the collective experience of witnessing her brilliance firsthand. Meanwhile, the contrasting scenario facing Angel Reese's team is stark. One might jest that they may soon need to resort to offering complimentary refreshments or promotional giveaways merely to incentivize attendance at her games. It is admittedly a harsh assessment, a difficult truth to digest. However, the unyielding numerical data, the stark contrast in ticket sales and market response offer irrefutable evidence. Clark's impact is demonstrably undeniable, while Reese's substantial media hype for the moment has yet to translate into commensurate levels of tangible ticket revenue. Let us distill the core metrics into a concise comparative summary. Caitlin Clark's preseason tickets command a minimum resale value of $500, with prime locations fetching thousands. Angel Reese's homecoming tickets remain stubbornly priced below $30, struggling to find buyers. Clark's game launches websites into meltdown as fans engage in a digital scramble for access. Reese's game faces vacant seats, negligible resale activity, and a rapidly fading buzz. NBA caliber demand surrounds Caitlin. Bargain bin pricing characterizes Angel's market presence. The comparison is not merely unfavorable, it is a chasm of difference. One player is demonstrably breaking records, filling arenas to capacity, and fundamentally rewriting the economic calculus of women's basketball. The other grapples with the challenge of converting media attention into tangible financial outcomes. However, this conversation must extend beyond the binary comparison of two individual athletes. It must address the broader implications for the future trajectory of the WNBA and the strategic adaptations the league must undertake to navigate this uncharted territory. Where then does women's basketball venture next? Ultimately, in the realm of professional sports, subjective opinions regarding player popularity, inherent talent, or perceived deservingness hold limited sway. The true, unyielding language of the market is spoken in currency, and the irrefutable metrics are revealed in the numbers. When fans begin allocating their hard-earned capital, that is the moment of unvarnished truth, the point where perception yields to demonstrable reality. And the undeniable conclusion, illuminated by the stark contrast in market response, is this: Caitlin Clark is not merely the most discussed figure in women's basketball. She is the driving force filling arenas, elevating television viewership, and compelling even the most entrenched skeptics to take notice. Consider the sheer audacity of the situation. Ticket resale prices for a preseason exhibition match surpassing those of established NBA playoff games. This is not manufactured hype. It is a market-driven phenomenon of unprecedented scale, a seismic shift capable of reshaping entire professional leagues. And the unassailable truth distilled to its essence is that Caitlin Clark has emerged as the definitive face of women's basketball. She is not simply nudging the needle of progress, she is the needle itself, actively charting a new course for the sport. She is redefining the boundaries of possibility within women's athletics, establishing a new, elevated benchmark for what constitutes a true superstar, and unequivocally proving that when genuine talent converges with captivating excitement and undeniable marketability, fans will not only show up, they will willingly invest top dollar to be part of the spectacle. And this realization compels us to confront the paramount question: how will the WNBA as a league strategically adapt to this unprecedented new reality? For the league has demonstrably never encountered a phenomenon quite like this before. The numbers, in their unwavering objectivity, underscore this point. Caitlin Clark is generating a level of fervent enthusiasm, a tidal wave of fan engagement that women's basketball has never previously experienced. Her very name functions as a potent catalyst, capable of selling out arenas in mere minutes, overwhelming online ticketing platforms, and propelling resale values into the financial stratosphere. Conversely, Angel Reese's homecoming game, despite strategic marketing efforts and accessible pricing, struggled to even move tickets priced at a mere $29. This is not simply a narrative about two individual athletes, it is a profound commentary on the fundamental drivers of fan interest within women's sports. Enthusiasts are not merely passively tuning in for the WNBA as an abstract entity, they are actively, intentionally tuning in for Caitlin Clark, the individual. She is not simply a star player, she is a cultural phenomenon, a transformative figure capable of reshaping an entire league's economic landscape, instigating crucial conversations about the future of women's sports, and compelling individuals to invest in the immersive experience of witnessing her extraordinary talents firsthand. And here lies the unvarnished truth, the core takeaway from this analysis. Fleeting hype is a transient commodity. It does not translate into sustained ticket sales or enduring fan loyalty. True, undeniable star power, however, possesses the capacity to transcend fleeting trends and forge lasting connections with audiences. Currently, Caitlin Clark unequivocally embodies this elusive quality. Angel Reese, while possessing considerable potential, still has demonstrable work to do to cultivate a comparable level of market magnetism. So, in conclusion, what are the strategic implications for the WNBA? In simple terms, the league finds itself navigating uncharted territory, a landscape reshaped by the singular influence of Caitlin Clark. And now, the critical imperative is to strategically leverage this unprecedented wave of enthusiasm, to capitalize on this transformative moment and to chart a course that ensures the sustained growth and prosperity of women's basketball in this exciting new era. Because one resounding truth has become undeniably clear: Caitlin Clark is not merely playing the game, she is changing the game, filling arenas, and establishing a new, elevated standard for women's sports as a whole. Meanwhile, Angel Reese, well, the ticket sales figures in their stark numerical clarity speak volumes. But now, the conversation shifts to you, the viewers. I am genuinely eager to hear your perspectives. What are your predictions for the future trajectory of the WNBA in this Clark-dominated landscape? Will Angel Reese mount a comeback and solidify her status as a comparable box office draw? Or is Caitlin Clark operating in a league of her own, an unparalleled force in driving genuine fan interest? Share your insights and opinions in the comments section below. I am committed to reading and engaging with each and every one. And before you depart, please take a moment to demonstrate your support by smashing that like button, subscribing to the channel for more in-depth WNBA analysis, and activating the notification bell to ensure you never miss a crucial breakdown like this. We are dedicated to bringing you the most compelling insights, the most impactful narratives, and the unvarnished numerical truths that illuminate the dynamic world of the WNBA. Thank you for investing your time and attention. I eagerly anticipate connecting with you in the next video.